I don't know, it was before my time, but over at the cemetery I look after over on the hill here, Modoc Hill, there's whole families, little kids, right in a whole row of little kids that was wiped out with black diphtheria, and they had no cure for them. And there was an old fellow, he was an Indian, and he used to go out in the woods and get these herbs and steep them and mix them up. And they said my father told me all this, and he said if you had a cold coming on and you went to him and he'd give you some medicine, some of his herbs, next day you wouldn't have any cold. And he said this lady, she lost all of her family, children, but one daughter. And he said she went up to him. The doctor told her that there was no hope for her, and she wouldn't last more than 3-4 days. So she went up to him, and she begged him to come down and give the daughter some medicine, some of his herbs. No, he says, I won't. He says, if I do and she dies, he said, then you'll blame me. So I won't do it. Well, because the girl kept getting worse, and the next day or so, a couple of days later, she went up to him and she begged him to come down. She says, I'll do anything, she says. She's going to go anyway, whether you come down or not, she says. Well, finally, he agreed to come down, and he gave her some of his medicine that he'd mixed up, and the girl lived. And they begged that man to tell him what it was, but he never would.
Do you remember his name? What his name might be?
Alec Long was his name. And he took his secrets with him when he went.
No family. He didn't leave it to anybody.
He just had a widow, that's all. But she didn't know what he mixed up. He didn't tell her.
So it's all right out there in the woods.
It's all right out in there where he's buried. All the secrets and all the medicine that he got, he mixed his herbs and mixed them. So you see, but they had that vaccination for diphtheria.
This looks like a party!